You get a Lambo, and you get a Lambo, and you get a Lambo. Let's talk about how we get these Lambos. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Stock Advantage. My name is Darren, and today I'm going to give you a penny stock update on four tickers: ZOM, CTRM, Ocgn, and Arya. All of these stocks had good pops today, so we're going to talk a little bit about what happened and then what I kind of see going forward. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so first up is Zomedica. I did a video on this one a couple days ago that's got more details behind the company and what's going on. But basically, they operate a developmental stage company. They create products for companion animals. So they focus on the needs of vets. And so they've been popular lately. They've got a big product coming out in March called Trueforma. All right, so what happened today? I kind of thought that they may see a pullback today, but I also thought, who knows? Retail investors, they want them Lambos bad. They want them. So what happened today is it actually jumped 50% before it later cooled off, and it's down 10% as recording this video after hours. So it did cool off quite a bit, but it still had a great day. I was thinking it would either have another solid day or it would just fall off pretty severely. So that did not happen today. There wasn't any specific catalyst for this one. I think it was just a continuation of last week's distribution deal that they made with a vet supply company. And then just more investors finding out about the company, finding out they've got this product coming out, and they've got two other products following it. And so they're looking at this as a potential long-term company, but a lot of people are approaching it from the quick swing trade, quick day trade aspect as well. So what's next? This is the first time that it still ended up on the day, but it ended pretty sharply down. Took a lot of its gains away. That's the first time that it's happened in a few days, and so that could be a sign that tomorrow will be a good pullback, cool down day, which is not necessarily a bad thing if you're planning on holding until the product releases to get a little more profit. What this could do is this could present an opportunity to buy some additional shares to get more invested in this company. But that could happen. But at the same time, that dude could just pop off again tomorrow and be like, I don't care, we're gonna do whatever we want. It's my house, or something like that. So on my video just from a couple days ago, I gave a price target pre-release of Trueforma of $2 to $3 per share. Yeah, it hit like 250 today, or I'm not even sure. It got pretty high. It did cool off, but so I'm thinking, with the investor engagement that we're currently seeing right now, all the investors flowing into this, this one could easily get to the $4 to $6 range before the product release. So you're looking at the next 4 to 6 weeks, and that would be another. What is that? Another 150% potentially. So again, don't go in it blindly. Look for a good entry point. Try to get in on the dips. There were a couple good dips today that you could have gotten in on. So look for good dips. But I do think this one has potential going forward of being a pretty solid company. It all depends on the success and the sales of the Trueforma product and the ones that follow it. So if you believe and you want to be a long-term investor on this one, go ahead and jump in when you find a good entry point. Next up, let's talk about Castor Maritime, CTRM. This dude, I started seeing it float around about the AMC and GameStop time. I think people are trying to get this hype train rolling. It's already been rolling a little bit. And so what they do is they shipping transportation, right? So they got barges, dry bulk vessels, and so they haul goods across the ocean, right? And so before, with the previous political climate, that whole industry didn't do too well. But now with Biden as president, I think a lot of people foresee that they'll open more trade with other countries, and that gives a company like Castor Maritime the opportunity to take advantage of it. And so they're up 32% at highs today before cooling off. They're down about 4 to 5% after hours. They're up over 590% in the last 3 months. So why did it pop today? So it looks like there's two potential big things happening with Castor Maritime. The first one was a company update that happened last week, which started some of the run. They had agreed to buy a new carrier, right? More carriers, more money. So that's not the only purchase they're making. They also came out and talked about a growth plan where they're going to be buying more vessels. And all that is an avenue to make more money and therefore increase the share price, increase the profit of the company. So a lot of people like that. They like that they're investing in the future and they're going to take advantage of it. And so therefore the stock climbs with the news. So what's next? So again, with the political climate, I see more opportunity for them going forward, paired with their new investments and their kind of vision for the future. You know, this stock IPO'd in 2019 at about $7 a share, and then it tanked after that. It just kept tanking. It found the bottom at like 22 cents a share, and it's starting to get some life back. And so I think this one could potentially not get to $7. Sorry, that's, no Lambos. We're going to have to settle for the vets. But I think I could see this one going another 50 to 100%. Right now it's trading a little less than $1, so I could see it getting up to $1.50, $2 in the short term. Especially depends on investor attention and any new catalyst. If they release additional purchases or actually secure some of these carriers or plans or forecast, all that stuff could lead to some big time moves for this stock. So keep an eye on it. Next up, let's talk about Occugen, OCGN. I did do a video on this one yesterday. They had a recent partnership with Bharat Biotech to bring its COVID-19 vaccine to the U.S. They're going to manage the U.S. portion of it, and in return, they'll get 45% of the proceeds from the U.S. version of their vaccine. So if you want to see more details behind the stock and a little more in depth, check out yesterday's video. So today, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So yesterday it closed, or Friday it closed, it was about $5 something a share, popped up to about $8 in after hours. My video yesterday, I did talk about the fact that it could cool off today, or I anticipated a cool off. That obviously didn't happen, but if you watch that video, you saw that I also gave it a caveat that there wasn't any new news related or released other than direct offering, which is usually a tank for a stock, right? They're offering shares at $7 and something a share, and so usually that'll make that stock go back down to that price because people are like, hang on, why would I pay this much if other people are getting it for $7 a share? But people don't care. People don't care anymore. They're just like, let me buy it. And so that dude shot up all the way at one point today to $18.50 a share, got up to 250% on the day. And that was insane. I did not anticipate that today, but you can't beat the retail investors sometimes. It's pretty cool whenever retail investors get behind a stock and they support it, and you just see what happens there. They were down 12% after hours, up over 4,700% in the last 3 months. Now that's a Lambo, but I didn't get in there. Sorry, I couldn't. I didn't know about it. So I did give the caveat that if it didn't cool off today, I could see it cooling off tomorrow or later this week. Today it could have been propped up by investors or positive catalyst. But I still think there's got to be a cool off coming. I mean, if you look at this chart, this dude has gone insane the last couple weeks, especially the last couple days. And so, stocks can't always just go up. Some people are going to take profit, and that stock is going to drop at some point. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be later this week. But I anticipate this stock to have a healthy pullback as people take profit and people kind of bail out of it. And then again, it could take another run up once it gets U.S. approval, if that is to happen. So keep an eye on that one. I gave a price target yesterday of $15 to $25 if it gets U.S. approval. Apparently, it didn't even need it because that dude hit $18.50 today. So I'm still leaving my price target at $15 to $25 a share because I think it's going to cool off and it's going to find a bottom. And then it'll get a more realistic valuation once it gets U.S. approval and some of that distribution starts to happen. So if you're not in it currently, I would wait for a good healthy dip. I know it sucks looking like you're missing everything, but here again, whatever matches your trading, that's what you go with. So I won't tell you when to buy or when to sell. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I just do this for entertainment purposes only. So, last up, let's move to Arya Sciences, ARYA. So it's an acquisition corp. Yep, blank check, SPAC, big money incoming. And so they're a company pioneering a single molecule protein analysis platform for quantifying the human proteome. Whatever that is. I have no idea what that is. Whatever it is. Sounds cool. Sounds like money. So they were up 114% today. They get up to, I think it was over $22 a share, down a little bit after hours. So what happened? So investors are responding because they actually announced a merger partner today, and that is Nautilus Biotech. So they're entering into that merger, and then after they get the merger, that the stock will then be called NAUT. So with other SPACs, it's all about hype, news, and all that fun stuff. And so with the announcement of who the merger is, that caused the spike today. I think it'll kind of bounce around. It'll cool off a little bit. As you get closer to merger date, those things tend to keep running up. I mean, you've got several out there now that have bumped $30, $40, $50 pre-merger. I don't know about this one yet. I haven't done enough research on Nautilus Biotech because remember, it's not just numbers in a computer, right? You got to look at the physical company behind it and what their potential is. So this company may not have the potential of a Lucid Motors or a Hyliion and all that other stuff. But definitely an interesting one to look at. So I'm going to do a little more research into Nautilus Biotech. I suggest you do the same, do some due diligence, see if what that company has to offer aligns with your trading principles, and if it looks like a good opportunity, look for an entry point and see where it goes. But I thought that was an interesting one to talk about today because it had a huge pop as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to talk about those penny stocks. And I know the last one was $20-something, but if you look at the company valuation, it would still fall into my penny stock category. So wanted to talk about that. Huge potential. I mean, it was a great day in the market. There was just money flying everywhere. I got a little bit of it, not as much as I wanted, but it never happened. So, but anyways, hope you had a good day in the market. If you like this video, drop it a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below any other tickers you want me to do some research on or analysis, and I'll be glad to do that. And until next time, have a great day and God bless.